Hello and welcome to another S.H.Figuarts review. I got this a while ago, but I've only just come around to filming it now. This is Sailor Pluto from Sailormoon. We've completed all the heroes at least. And this is a Tamashii Web exclusive, hence this cardboard box. Here's a quick look at the back. Sailor Pluto in Japanese and the big barcode. Here's the actual box. Standard Sailormoon style box art, very colourful. Very nice, got all those effects going on all over the box. Opening both sides, you can see her in two different poses. Just a simple window there. Sailormoon 20th anniversary, Sailormoon stickers and logos, Bandai's Tamashii Web exclusive. Here's a quick look at the top of the box. If you want to take a closer look at the box art, photo shoot of the figure, and instruction manuals, etc., please feel free to head over to the Flickr link off Facebook, link in the video description below. S.H.Figuarts is the new standard figure series that incorporates the banner action figure art under the theme, pursuing character expression through humanoid action. It's not new anymore, it's like anniversary time for S.H.Figuarts. They should change that tagline. And here's a quick look at the back, again showcasing all the different faces and the different items that comes in this package. Behind, of course, this is the Hong Kong version, so that's a little survey card, and you know, if you're lucky or whatever, you might get a prize, which has never done for me, so meh. You also have the instruction sheet. Right here. And of course the toy itself. Right on the back here you have quite a different style looking plate. It's got the usual flat pattern stuff, but it's printed in black, and I guess the logo just looks very different. This PL logo thing going on. It looks very different from the usual Sailormoon stuff. So open this up. You can see inside here, as always, all the Sailormoon stuff, the faces and hands are stored in their little, I guess, carry packaging. Underneath that, you got the stick, the support beam for the display stand. You got the handle for the display stand because the display stand underneath here. You got these three different faces. You got calm face, eyes closed face, normal face, her face, and determined face. Does she have any happy face? Oh yeah, her main face is kind of happy, I guess. And you got her signature staff there. You see a lot of plastic sheet protecting her body, and also plastic sheet and tray for her hair. Like a lot of the other Sailormoon figures, there's a little plastic sleeve down there. Good, that's on the side of her arm. That's actually gotten stuck. Let's see if we can pull this out. Is it? Yeah, it's attached to her arm. I can't rip this out. Oh, there you go, that's one. And that's two. She also has this sheet here behind her hair to keep that joint clean, I guess. A quick look at her weapons staff thingy, especially up here. The details and the paint job are very nice. It's very shiny metallic red on top of a mostly metallic blue paint job, and all the details there are very nice. But right at the top here, do be careful, especially these thin areas of plastic and that bit as well. They feel like something that would easily snap. The rest of it is pretty durable plastic. You can see you can bend quite a bit without having any give. So for the most part, most of this is softish plastic. Just right at the top there, this bit there does feel like harder plastic that they've done on purpose to make sure this is a bit more secure. Or maybe that's just because it's a smaller area, but this is definitely a piece that you have to be really careful with because of the tiny details there. As for her articulation, if you've played with any of the S.H.Figuarts Sailormoons before, you kind of know what to expect here. She only has a single piece of hair on the back, however, unlike some of the other ones which have a few different pieces to make her hair spray out. But her hair is on a little swiveling joint, so it does have articulation. I'm not gonna found this hair too much. Feels like cheap plastic, and it's just far too big and maybe a little bit heavy. Look, you see, the joints don't really want to hold it up too much. And these pointy bits feel like they can snap very easily, so again, be very careful. The paint job, however, is very nice on the hair. So, yep, head goes up, and hair does get in the way, but it goes up, down, sideways, sideways, and full rotation. And then the rest of it is pretty much standard Sailormoon body parts. Ball peg on the top there, ball peg on the bottom there, arm goes up, full rotation here, and it's got little double swiveling joints, single elbow, and goes up and down like a little swiveling peg. Leg goes down, up, rotating, up, back, single knee joint, foot goes up, back, and it's got a swiveling joint here. Same the other leg, and yep, the other leg seems to be, let's see. Does this function just fine? Sometimes some of these Sailor figures have hip joints that are a bit stuck. This one doesn't seem to be wanting to go down, really. Yeah, it's a bit stiff, but it is moving, so again, be careful with the copy you get. You might get a stiff joint. It seems to be fine. And the skirt has a cut there, as well as painted details there that you might not see too often. And then there you go. One last thing here, the top of the staff does detach, and there's a tiny peg with also one of the hands that has a tiny hole in it for it to plug into, and it's very secure. The staff also separates into 3 other segments, so a total of 4 segments, so you can just keep unplugging against stuff and sliding it into the hands of whoever's going to hold it, which makes it a lot easier to put this in the hands. And the pegs themselves are pretty tight, so that's pretty good and pretty solid as well. Molding and paint wise, this figure is pretty good, not really any issues anywhere. The paint job is very nice, especially on the hair. I like the dark green and light green sort of gradient effect that's going on. And same goes with her boots. The whole green, all the green bits look pretty good. And the little details on the staff, while simple, is what it's meant to be, so it also looks pretty decent as well. Molding wise, overall it's pretty decent. I have noticed just a tiny bit of a molding mark here and there, just 1 or 2 of those, so overall that's pretty fine. And accessory count seemed pretty standard for most of the Sailor figures. Yes, she has a signature weapon, I guess, but does feel like since that's the only accessory she has really, aside from hands and a few different faces, she could have done with maybe another extra item or something just to fill out the box. And it is good that she, just like all the other Sailors, she does come with a display stand, because while this figure can stand on her own under certain poses, it is just nice to have a stand to hold it up, because these figures with tiny female feet are a lot harder to pose than, say, a Kamen Rider would. Swapping hands are also quite easy with using the little ball on the end of the peg. And swapping the face is a bit more tight than the other ones, but I guess that will loosen up overall, and it's nice to be a little bit tighter than it should be, than a little bit too loose. So overall, if you like Sailor Moon, definitely pick this up. I recommend those to the the main Sailor Moon fans, and as for casual people who don't care too much, then this is an easy pass, which is probably why it was a Tamashii Web exclusive, because I mean, everyone in Asia knows what Sailor Moon is pretty much. But I wouldn't know who this is. You might know who Mars or Mercury are, because they also show up in quite a lot of the product art and all that, but not her. So yeah, it is a good figure. It is slightly more pricey because it's a Tamashii Web exclusive, so I recommend it to those who really like the series. Phew.